Alrighty, this is 0101. We are back. As you can tell by the textures, we literally just got in. So we'll give it a few minutes. So what we're going to be working on today is not so much this area, but more so our actual hydrogen crane area, I guess is what we'll call it. So over there is where we're going to be working on. So I want to grab some stuff here. And actually, you know what would make this a lot easier? If I just put a connector on here somewhere. Yeah, like maybe like up here, right? So let me go and do that. Of course, I'm going to need interior plate if I have that. I do. Good. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll throw on a connector. And actually, do we want to put it there? No, yeah, we probably want to put it there. Okay. Connector. And for that, I need a steel plate. Okay. Give me a couple of those. And let's try this again. Okay. And then I'm also going to put some steel plate down here to act as sort of like a landing pad. And we'll just do a 5x5 area. I think that'll be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know what? I want to put a rounded edge over here, which I already have right there. Okay, so that'll be good there, and then we can plug this guy in eventually, once the thing actually gets made, because I don't think the connector is made yet. And then we also get to see if this is going to be long enough. Yeah, it'll be long enough. Okay, good. So I'm just going to drop it down for now. And then we'll get this guy and this guy thrown into there. Oh, whoops. Never mind. Okay, let's try this again. That, make. Okay, good to go. And that should finish making that. There we go. Okay. So now we can connect here, get a little charge going on there. I am probably going to need to put in something else over there, because that's only going to pull as much as the that's only going to pull as much as the turbine is actually giving me. So, which is fine. We can actually check that out. We're getting 658, not bad, and we're actually putting out the full thing, so that's good. Okay, so we need iron in here. So we have not a lot, but we can put in what we've got, I guess. And we'll throw some nickel in there, throw all the silicon in there, and the cobalt. Or maybe not. Okay, so let me get to this guy, I think. And then we could probably start moving over some of this ice as well, because we're going to have to get that broken down. Let's see, so it's 9,000, 3,000, 12,000. Yeah, we should be good. Yeah. Okay. So we got a little bit of charge. I think we were at 83, now we're at 87. Maybe not, I don't know. But I'll have to put on some more power around here, which, you know, not going to be a big deal. I can just extend, well, I mean, I don't know. I'll figure something out. But turn this off of here and disconnect from here. And then we'll basically just shoot straight across this thing. Then we get to go and hop onto this one. All right. We're actually really, really close to lining up on there. Okay. So 7, 9, good to go. Okay. So now we can move over all of that stuff, but we're going to work on building this up a little bit. So, all right. So the next thing that we should probably do at this point, actually, let me think about this. So I need construction components, lots of them, and girders. Okay. Okay, so that should get us some stuff. I do kind of like this dusty look. Like up close it looks like very pixelated, but you step back like a little bit and it looks like relatively smooth, which I kind of like actually. Also, I'm gonna need some plate. I only have 4. I'm gonna need more than that. And I'm gonna have to go down here to get it. So let me get a few of that. And then we're also gonna have to build the infrastructure to hold our little mining carriage, I guess, if that's what we want to call it. It's the little, or a shuttle, like a shuttle. Does that make like more sense? I think that might make more sense. Okay, so beam is what we need. All right, and then we have to change this to the dust, and we are good to go. And then we need to back up to beam end. There we go. That'll go this way and that way. I'm going to run the wheels inside of there. At least I think that's how it's going to work. We'll find out. And then we'll put this one onto this way. Okay, and then there we go. Beam block. If we can get a good angle on it. It's gonna hurt if I fall from this distance, so maybe I use the caterpillar to build. Why are the thrusters still on? You're not supposed to still be on. It's not doing any damage, so I suppose that's fine. Okay. Oh, maybe it's because this is technically considered a subgrid? That might be why? I don't know. But I mean, we're all the way charged, so that's good. Then we'll just hop out. And we'll just head over here and build. Okay. And then go into first person mode. And then build mode. see, we need beams. There we go. Okay. So beam block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think will be enough for now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we'll go out to 7. I think 7 might be better. 7. There we go. Okay. Now, from here, we're going to have to get creative. Which, I always like getting creative, so. Alright, a little bit too far there, bud. Okay. Control G. Good to go. Connect. Auto. And we'll turn those off. Okay. So now that we've got a decent thing that we can actually stand on out here. Looks like these are getting built nicely. Okay, and then what do you need? You need girders. Why are you not? Oh, because it's trying to build the glass, I'm guessing. So we'll just make some more. Production, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? We'll probably use these. And then I'm going to need to put on the tips. And then also over here. Okay, something like that. And then we'll put in a rounded block because why not? Something like that. Okay, good to go. And then on here, we're going to put a piston. And this is going to be a large grid piston. And then as soon as this thing is built, I want it to reverse. And then we're going to need this and then a rotor, probably an advanced one, on the bottom. And then we'll take out this piece if we can, add in a small head, and then have that get built. And then from there, that's kind of what we're going to build this whole thing on. And then we're going to extend it out as far as we can because we have to build this thing kind of out here. And then we can kind of back it into the tracks. And then once it's in the tracks, then we can extend that out. So we'll let that build. So we'll get this and this. And we'll throw it all in the queue to get built. Okay. So that will work for that. So once again, I did state this in the first episode when I made this. This is going to be based sort of off of Splitsy's kind of mining carriage that he made. And you are supposed to be reversing. There we go. And we'll see how far that goes out. And it should drop off kind of just off the edge here. At least I think so. Okay. I mean, it's close, so we'll call it good. Okay, and now to actually build the thing. Ugh. I don't know how I feel about this. What would be the best way to do it? And then also, why did you not build what you needed to build? Is this like not getting put into production? Like what is going on here? Okay, what do we need here? Motors. Okay, so we'll make some motors. Like 100 of them. Construction components. We need large tubes, so we'll make 30 of those. We still have a lot of stuff, so I'm not too worried yet about all of that. Okay. So now I need to build a small platform that I can actually use to build from. So this is going to be relatively easy. I'll just build it down off of here. And I'm not going to be able to reach the bottom of this, am I? Nope. Caterpillar to the rescue, I guess. Okay, so engines on, batteries off, charge, and disconnect. Good to go. What do we have there? That's another thing I'm gonna have to get is some defenses over here, because right now we have none. Okay, so we'll go into build mode, first person. And let's see what we can do here. So, really, you're gonna be stupid and not let me do anything here? Okay, fine. Okay, how about now? Still not letting me. Okay. Why? Ooh. Have to be careful about my pitch. Why are you not letting me do this here, there, buddy? Power off, power on. Okay. We'll head back up. Okay. Control G. And will it build now? Still no. Okay. Fine. Trying to think of what I need to do here now. I'm gonna have to build another ship. I'm gonna head back to the main base and we'll build it over there because I've got those pads already there on the roof. And I'm gonna make another platform ship because obviously the build from cockpit does not work consistently, so I can't use it. I had this problem back in Chapter 2 when I was trying to build the ship to leave the Pertam planet. And it's like no matter what I could do, I could not get it to frickin' build the ship. So, I don't know, like I kind of quit recording for a few months. Kind of out of spite, I guess. Because it really kind of pissed me off. But, yeah. I don't know, like, sometimes, like, if you dock it, leave the cockpit, and get back in, like, it'll reset. Sometimes if you cycle the power, it'll reset. But sometimes you could do all of that, and it just doesn't. And then we will slow down, hopefully enough. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god. I still have all of this stuff in here, don't I? Yep. Well, guess what? We have to drop all that off. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna pause and drop the stuff off, come back, and then when I get back and start building, then I'll resume. So, be right back. Oh hey, look, the door actually, or the bottom part of the door actually opens more. I don't know what the difference is, but apparently it works now. I don't know. It's weird. Alright, so that guy is now good to go. And we can start building our platform ship. Because reasons. And then also, I want to grab the organics from here. At least I thought there would be organics here. Pretty sure there are organics here. Yeah. I'm going to put this down in the greenhouse. And then use that for food production, because why not? Okay, so organics can go up in here. We have lots of food, which is good. How are we doing on water? Let's see, we're gonna make, let's just make like 10. Ooh, I can make burger and fries? Really? We'll make 10 of those too. Okay, so now I guess this is the part where I start building, or at least attempt to. right. Yeah, we have lots of plate, so we'll just make like 100 of those. Grab some more interior plates because I'm probably going to need them. And construction components because I might need those as well. All right, so let's head up to the roof. And we're gonna build a base off of this. Okay, fun times. So we need merge blocks. And then we need to go up on top of this. With at least that. And then a connector. I suppose we don't really need a connector. I'll put one on there anyways. Let's see. Drink of the day, by the way. Monster Energy Zero Ultra. Monster, if you're out there and you're watching and you want to sponsor me, go for it. Okay. So for a platform ship, we're going to need a lot of batteries. And then, no, this is going to be open to the air, so we're not going to need any kind of tubing in here to connect anything. Okay, so I think we can just put some batteries on here. That needs alloy plates. Okay, so give me some alloy plates. Alloy. There we go. And then we're going to be putting in these tier 3 batteries because I do want this to have a decent amount of power storage. Okay, seriously, why you no build? Okay, here, click. Thank you. Okay, and then we'll drop this down. Okay, so that'll be our batteries. We're gonna need 60 tier 3 power cells. Tier 3, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good to go. Okay. And then if I put an antenna on here, I'm gonna have to make the range like very, very small. Range like 150 meters, I think is what we're looking at here. And then I definitely want to put on a remote because I'm definitely gonna need it. So we'll throw this over here, and we'll even throw a beacon on here. Do we need a beacon? Do we need a beacon? I'm going to say no. And then just for fun, we'll put on an ore detector because why not? Okay, and then that can go there. And then we'll just seal those in with a couple of blocks. And then that will be good. We can put another block there. Okay, so we're going to need radio comms components. So we'll make like 20. That should be good. Okay, so that is good with its thing. And I'm going to need alloy plates and tier 5 detector, or tier 3 detector components. Make like 100 of those, and then tier 3 detector, make like 10 of those. Okay. And now we can work on the thrusters. And we're just going to need a bunch of these things. I could put in these. Give myself a little extra oomph. I mean, I'm not going to need that many, though. I mean, I could... Are they like more like power efficient? Like what is the deal with these things? Like what makes these better? Doesn't tell me. All right, I'm just gonna put on these ones then because they're cheaper and I can make them easier. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to need forward and then also sideways. Let's see, how do I want to do this now? So we're going to be setting our command block thing, our control block, whatever thing up there, and then building the platform relatively even with the first block of it or the bottom block of it. So we could technically use all of the space here if we wanted to, but we don't need to. Okay, so we'll do it like this, and then we'll have this face forward, that face forward, and then we'll do the same thing in the back. And that's going to be our rear thrust, backwards thrust, forwards thrust, yeah, one of those. And then as far as sideways thrust, we're not going to need that much. So I can put one going this way, I can put another one going the other way. I think that will work. Oh, and also I'm going to need a gyro. So maybe we save these blocks for gyros. Okay. So that will work there. And then I can do some protective blocks. So probably these ones. Just to kind of connect everything in still. And then that can go there. Okay. And then we need to start building out this way. So then I'll put in this block here for a little extra support. That looks decent. And we need to go out 3 blocks in the front as well. Okay. And then we'll also put in the protective blocks here. Okay, so that'll work there. These aren't really necessary, but they do add a little extra protection. Okay, and then we're going to need a ladder to get onto this thing. And that will be good right there. Okay, now with that, we're going to have to go up 2 blocks, which is fine. So we'll throw on some blocks up here so I have something to stand on. And then this is going to be the actual platform right there. Okay, so that will get me up to here, which is good. And then we're going to run probably some beams underneath here for support. And we're going to need a T-junction here. And here. And then we'll do the same thing here. And this is all purely aesthetic. And I'm just trying not to add on too much weight. Okay. So that'll work there. And then we're going to be sitting our command block on top of that. But for now, we're going to go with this, and then we're going to get a rounded edge. Oh, that doesn't line up, does it? Oh well. Yeah, we'll just... I mean, I could just leave it like that, right? Yeah. Okay. Junction, T-junction, there we go, beam block. All right, so now we need our, let me see, where is it? This thing, and I think it's this. Okay, and we want to set that on here. And then build around it. And I need more steel plate. Okay. All right, and then we're going to throw in windows, but for windows I need girders. So let me grab some of those. And I want these, that way I can see the charge on the batteries. Now I don't necessarily need to have it like this to look at the charge on the batteries, but it does make it more interesting if I can. There we go. We definitely want to go with the inverted. Okay, oops. All right. So now this is going to be a pretty wide platform, I think. And then I can actually go like this, and then fill in the spots under here. Something like that anyways. And then we can do the beam blocks again to the edge. Okay, so that pretty much establishes the length. So now we just need to go out here for the width. You know what, now that I think about it, I could just use like an intersection block there. T-junction, regular junction, there we go. So we'll do one of those, and one of those. And then we'll just run a beam block out to here. And then we'll cap it with this. So it looks like it gives a little bit of extra protection, or not protection, but support, I should say, to that. And then, honestly, we could just kind of round everything off now. Not you like that, though. Okay. And then we need to replace these and this guy. Okay. And then we want to go into the regular junction, there and there. And then we go out to this guy. Okay. Okay, so that is kind of what we got going on. It is kind of a weird looking ship, but I think it'll work. And then I should also probably put the batteries on recharge. Oh, why are those draining? You're supposed to be... Okay, so that'll get that done. And now we need to do the rails on the end so I don't fall off. That's going to be in here and barred windows. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. And I need girders. Okay. So this design is like the same basic design that I've done for all of my platform ships. Most of my platform ships are hydrogen though. So this is, it's probably not the first one that I've done that works off of battery power, but it is unusual that I do this, so. Those aren't going to match up, but that's fine. As long as they work, that's all I really care about. Okay, so this gives me a nice large area for me to kind of walk around on, build up on as needed. Okay, so now all I really have to do is wait for this thing to charge. Okay, so we need to start doing our groups. So batteries, platform. Okay, and then we'll go into groups, batteries, platform, recharge on off. And then I'm going to need the merge block that's in here. And I don't know if they fixed the glitch or bug or whatever you want to call it, but there was one where if you're connected with a merge block and a connector right next to it, and then you connect the connector, it crashes the game. I tested it out at the end of Chapter 2 when I was on the space station. So you can check that out in that episode if you so choose. But for now, throw that on auto, because I'm going to need this thing. And then once that's off, then I can get this thing to connect. And I'm hearing grumbling because it doesn't like that. But you know what? That's fine. Okay, so I'm also going to need to do the thrusters. Okay, thrusters, platform. And then we're going to grab these. And these will turn off. So like for right now, I don't need those on. And then I'm going to need the merge block, which I'm going to have to name, which is fine. Okay. Dude, get off of the jetpack, dude. That is not what I clicked on. Merge block platform. Okay. No, turn off, dude. Why are you wasting my hydrogen? So annoying. Okay. So merge block we'll throw here, and then this guy we'll do a switch lock, and good to go. So I'm gonna throw these back on charge, let them get up to a full charge, and I don't know, I'll come back when they're kind of there. And does that look like we're missing solar panels? I do believe that does look like we are missing solar panels. Why are we missing solar panels? We should not be missing solar panels. What is going on? Did they get hit or something? Okay, can we just work, please? All right. We are missing solar panels. Okay. Okay, these ones look fine. Those ones look fine. Those ones look fine. And those ones look fine. Okay. Good to go. I'm gonna refill my bottles. Okay, we don't need any of this stuff now. And then we'll throw that into there, just to make sure that they're made. And I am gonna need more water. And organics can go up there. Okay, so water. Good. Then I'll throw in probably the rest of this ice just to make some more water. Call it good to go. Why are my dampeners are being weird? Okay. Let's see, tanks. Okay, tanks are refilled. Got plenty of food. No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Okay, we're at 63% charge, so I'm going to pause until we get to 100%. And, yeah, and then we'll head back over to the lake. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we are fully charged. So now we get to see if this thing is actually going to work or not. So turn that on. And it looks like we're good. So we are now flying a floating platform through the sky because reasons. It's pretty responsive, so that's good. Pretty happy with that. And it's also really, really light as well, so that should make the whole thing easier. And then we've got 2 hours at, you know, pretty high thrust. So the only thing that I am going to have to do, though, is put in either a merge block or a connector on a platform somewhere on the rig. Oh, and I wanted to grab some magnesium. Oh well. See how quickly it slows down. Not very quickly. There we go. Okay, so now that we have this thing. Oh, hey, it's detecting ice. Amazing. That's hilarious. Okay. Okay, so now I should be able to build underneath here with 0 issues. Make sure we're somewhat level. There we go. Can I get this thing unmade? Okay, and then I should probably move forward a little bit. Okay, so now all that's left is to start building the carriage. Actually, I think what I am going to do, though, is to get rid of these 2 blocks on the end, so that way I can build a little easier. And I don't necessarily have to build out this way and then get it to slide in. I can actually build somewhat directly under here and then get it to slide in. Oh, sorry. Okay, so first things first, I guess, is we need to figure out where the middle of this is. And that looks like it's roughly there. So we need to do like a spine, I guess, type thing. I'm gonna rotate so I'm kind of the long way in here. Something like that. I think that's roughly where we need to be. Okay. And then beam. Because these blocks are amazing and I like using them. Okay, and then we want to do junction. Okay, so that'll go there. Something like that. Okay, and I still have to figure out, because I think a 3x3 wheel will fit in there. So in a 3x3 wheel needs 3 spaces in between, I believe. Okay, so then that'll be wheel, edge, space, edge, wheel. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Then we need to do this guy. Move forward a little bit more. And then we're probably going to do 4 sets of wheels. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, sir. 3. Okay, so that's 2 sets of wheels. Oh, maybe I should actually build this the other way. This is unfortunate. Okay, so why did I do that? Because I have to build out the other way, because I have to back it in, like pull it in, not build it while it's in there. Because I don't know how these wheels are gonna rest. And so, like, if I can just pull them in, like, very slowly, it should work better. So 1, 2, and we'll do our beam block junction. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then also have to figure out how wide this has to go to in order for it to fit in there. That's another thing I have to do. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 wheels. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Followed by a junction block. Okay. And then we'll do another 2 beams on top of this. One and 2. Okay. So that'll kind of get us where we need to be, sort of. And we are over an hour at this point. Okay, so now I need to figure out what the best way of getting this in there would be. Okay, seriously? What is wrong with you? Okay, let's... Okay, I'm gonna put in a T-junction here. And then we're gonna get a 3x3 wheel. That's gonna be a left wheel. I think we're gonna have to go back 1 block. And actually, I'm gonna take this one out, make that a junction block. Junction, there we go. And then we're gonna do the beam block end. Like that. And then we're gonna do the wheel on there. Okay, now that should rest within there. Looks like we could go out another block though. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then a junction, and then an end. So I think I had it right the first time. And then we put the wheel on that. And that should get us... I mean, I think that'll get us in there. It looks like there's just a little tiny bit of space there. And then we're going to turn steering off. Okay, so I think that'll work for that. So we are 1, 2, 3 blocks. Okay, so it's 5 blocks out basically. Okay. And then we're going to need a right wheel. There we go. We'll just kind of throw that in there. And the way that you can tell which way these things are supposed to go. Wait, whoa. Why is that? What happened to my other wheel? Oh, I did the regular wheel. Okay. That's why. Right, so you see the round part, then you've got kind of the bar part. So the round part has to be up for these wheels. And it looks like that is just barely gonna fit in there. So that's good. And then I have to turn the steering off on here as well. All right, 1, 2, 3. Junction. End. And we need the right block again. I'm just going to put all of them in here on this side and then also turn off the steering. Good to go. All right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Junction. And the end. Okay. Junction, end. Okay, and then another wheel, and another wheel. And then, nope, I need that on, but I need the steering off. Okay, good to go. So there is that side. Okay, so that'll work for that one. And we'll go to about right there. I think that'll work. Okay, steering off, and steering off. Okay. And then we'll get some more stuff in here. Let's see, we are on not the end, but the beam block. There we go. There we go. All right, so now that's kind of like our basic carriage. We're gonna make it longer on either side because we got to put a lot of stuff on there. But yeah, I think that'll work for now. That hit the side of the mountain. Okay. So I'm just going to throw a merge block in here on the end. And, oh wait, no. Because I'm going to need a small merge block, not a large one. So that's not going to work. Actually, no, wait. I can't make up my mind. We'll throw in a connector. Hopefully we have all the pieces to make that. And this is mostly just that way I can recharge the battery. Okay. Okay, what's going on? It's making everything, just being very slow about it. And there's there's still plenty of iron here. Like, what are you doing? Assembler. Here. Wait, how are you not connected? Oh, because it's not connected. That makes sense. My bad. Oh, hey, the connector's made. Well, that's good. And then we can probably make a few hundred of those, maybe work on finishing off those windows. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this guy connected. Ooh, oh, that was a hard connection. Wow. Okay, so 5. Turn that off. Turn that on charge. And we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to retract this into here, and hopefully -0.1. Hopefully the wheels just kind of adjust as needed without breaking anything. Actually, I'm gonna bring the rotor displacement up a little bit here as well. Help it out a little bit. No, that's as far as it's gonna go. What if I just turn this off? Like, would that work? Or is it still gonna have... Wait, no. I know what I gotta do. On. And then we need to go into K menu somewhere. Not over here, apparently. Okay. And then we take all of the wheels and we bring their height offset to 0. Is that gonna work? Did that work? I don't think that worked. I mean, it worked, technically. But, okay, so let's reverse this thing, push it back out. Okay. Yeah, so the wheels were stuck, which is why they wouldn't. Okay, fine. Wheels. Okay. Reverse. See how this looks. Yeah, that should go in there, I think. Unless it's too wide. But I thought that we were good with the width. Oh. Maybe we're not good with the width. I mean, we should be. It looks like it clears it. So do I need to take this off and put this one block in? Is that what I need to do? I don't know. We'll worry about that in the next episode, because we are like at an hour and 20 minutes. So this is definitely one of the longer ones. But yeah, so this is kind of the base of the carriage right here. We're going to be building everything hanging underneath it. But we do need to get this to fit into here. So that's going to be interesting. But I mean, it should be relatively easy to do. Just take these apart, take those off, and then put them in one more block. So yeah, we'll work on that in the next episode. For now, I need to recharge somewhere. So I'm going to hop into here. And then get my recharge on. So, hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you will join me in the next one, where we hopefully get this thing into the tracks. And then that'll be interesting. So, I mean, like, you can see that there's a space there. but it's possible that the wheels, like the, not what we can see, but the actual model for the wheels extends farther than that. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so making progress. And yeah, hope you guys will join me next time. Have a good one.